The H in HTML stands for hyper, which is the ability to easily link to other resources on the web. So the last HTML component that I'll cover in this section is the Uniform Resource Locator, or URL. This is used to address a document or other data on the World Wide Web. This is what you're actually using to locate pages on the web so you can link to them. When you click on a link in an HTML document, an underlying A tag or anchor tag points to a place or an address on the web with an href attribute like this here. I have a page here with several links opened up in Internet Explorer. If we choose View Source, we can see the links here. Here is my anchor tag. Here is my href attribute. There's the link www.vtc.com. And here is the actual text in the link. This is the address that the link is pointing to in the quotation marks. Now, if you have a relative link, like this one right here, page1.htm, your browser will construct a full web address. For example, if this document that I'm looking at right now is on my website, www.geekmanuals.com, then the browser will fill out the rest of this address to give it this part right here so it can find this relatively located file. More about absolute and relative links later in the course, but this is an absolute link. It's pointing to an absolute website. This is a relative link. It's pointing to a page relative to the location of the existing page. Now, the URL contains the following information: the internet name of the site containing the resource. This will be a document or data. The type of service the resource is served by. This will be HTTP, Gopher, WAIS, or so on. The internet port number of the service. If this is omitted, the browser assumes a commonly accepted default value. And then finally, the location of the resource in the directory structure of the server. Now, URLs are a bit more sophisticated than this brief introduction would imply. For more details on this topic, have a look at the URL overview document found at this URL here, www.w3.org/hypertext/www/addressing/URL/overview.html. Now, a typical web address like this one here, www.address.edu:/path/subdirectory/file.ext, will follow some syntax rules. The scheme, which is also called the service, is the defining type of internet service. The most common type is HTTP, but you'll also use HTTPS or FTP. The domain, also referred to as the host, is defining the internet domain name like W3 Schools or www.geekmanuals.com or www.vtc.com. If omitted, the default host for HTTP is www. The colon after the host is referred to as the port. The port number is normally omitted. The default port number for HTTP is 80. The path here is defining a path or a subdirectory at the server. If the path is omitted, the resource or the document must be located at the root directory of the website. In other words, it must not be in any subfolders. The file name is the last section here. That's the defining name of the document. The default file name might be default.asp or index.html or something else depending on the settings of the web server. In other words, if you don't include the file name based on the web server, it'll open up the index.html file or the default.asp file or whatever else has been set up with the host server. That will conclude then this short section of the course covering fundamental HTML building blocks. We've reviewed HTML elements, element attributes, the specific element attributes, IDs, and classes. We've reviewed how to comment your code and a little bit about the Uniform Resource Locator. Let's now move on to the next section of the tutorial. Let me give you an overview of a basic HTML structure. including document types, head elements, block elements, list elements, divisions, and much, much more.